Hey everyone, I'm Tim Pham. Welcome to Let's Talk. This is where we sit down with everyday people and get real. It's about honest conversations and reminding us that behind every person, there's a story that matters and that there is always more to every story. So, let's talk. Today, I'm joined by someone whose story is truly inspiring. Meet Lindi Marcusen, an accomplished athlete whose life changed forever after a crash forced the amputation of one of her legs. Instead of letting that stop her, she went on to represent Team USA in the Paralympic Games. Now, she's on a mission to empower others and to change the way we think about traveling with a disability. Lindi, thank you so much for being here. Before we begin our conversation, we want to give Lindi the opportunity to share her story. We call this part of our show In Their Words. Lindi, tell us your story.
My name is Lindi Marcusen, and I survived a Ford F-350 hitting me, and I lost my leg and sustained a massive brain injury along many other injuries. But I went from below zero to the Paralympics, and that was because I had an amazing team. But I used my platform to show people what disability can look like.
Lindi, thank you so much for sharing your story. It's so powerful. When you think back to those first few weeks after the crash, what was going through your mind?
I was absolutely heartbroken. I just thought my life was over as an athlete and as a person. Like, I just couldn't even wrap my brain around what was possible.
You said something, you thought your life was over, and I think many people can relate to going through hard things and having that same feeling. When did you realize it wasn't over, it was just changing?
When I kept waking up. I
Yeah.
kept waking up day by day, and I realized that my life was only going to be what I made it. And so I held on to the hope, and that's what I tell everybody, like in the darkest of times, cling on to the fact that hope will still find you and good things will still find you.
What is something, in your opinion, is something that is often misunderstood?
I think it's living with a disability. I think many people misunderstand that it's just a section of your life. It is not who you are as a whole.
You also just got back from India, right? Tell us about that experience.
Yeah. So I just was in New Delhi, India for World
Wow.
Championships, and that, like, India was not on my list, like, to go, but it was an amazing country with just, like, the people were so nice. And traveling, it brings a little bit of a stress. And so getting home was quite interesting because I travel with a bag with 3 different prosthetics
Right.
to use for when I'm competing, and those are very expensive. So I
Sure.
want those on the plane
Yes,
with
where
me.
you can see the...
Yeah, where I can see them, because it's not like you can just go and buy them off the shelf again, because they're 100% custom.
No one makes a playbook for this. How do you know how to navigate things like travel if you have a disability? And not to mention, there are several and multiple disabilities out there. Who helps you navigate things like this?
That's like the power of community, is just being in the network of things. And that's why I'm so excited to partner with Autobox. So if you have a disability, go to autobox.com and it will walk you through how
That's
to
amazing.
put a place on there that has accessibility. You had a great experience. And so those are called the best in class. We just want everyone to have a better experience so that everyone can have their loved ones throughout their life.
When you look back now on everything that happened, how would you define strength?
My leg is glittered for a reason. It was a promise I made to myself to make myself better after. And so I took inspiration from the Japanese pottery technique, kintsugi, where
Oh,
they take broken pieces of pottery
I
and mend them
haven't heard
back
this.
together with powdered gold. And they're seen as more valuable, more beautiful, and whole. So that was a promise I made to myself. And I, at first, didn't keep that promise, but I got back on the path to build the resilience, to build the life I wanted. And it just was because I kept showing up and putting a little fleck of glitter each day.
Lindi is a reminder that our limits, they don't define us. Our courage does. Her story challenges us to see the world and each other with more compassion and accessibility in mind. I'm Tim Pham. Thanks for joining us for this conversation. Until next time, let's talk.